I haven't been to this Goodwill in a little while, probably 6 weeks or more. I've had pretty good luck here before. It's a busy location. It's on Tunnel Road in Asheville, if you've ever been to this neck of the woods. Here we go. We going thrifting. You know it. Look at the clouds today. Slamma jamma. Now back? I don't know. I can't tell if it's working or not. Anyway, here's this Pronti piece. Just sold something on eBay. Just sold another LL Bean flannel. I guess it's working. We'll just give it a go. Pass on that. Size medium. We're back, I guess. It looks like. All right. Thanks for communicating with me. I had a feeling a lot of these thrift stores, I just don't get good service when I'm inside. Like, I can have service outside, but then I get inside and not so much. But we got one piece anyway. I don't know if this came through or not. It's a Pronti. I think I'm going to pick it up, even though it's a bad size. This Pronti collection by Fita. I've probably sold shirts from them a couple times before. But what you're looking for is just like the really wild, look at that like basket weave pattern. And it's got like this bedazzled thing up here. I think this is going to sell. I think this is probably in the 30... 35. I've sold one. I feel like I sold one of those before for like $40, but it's a size small, but it's got to be such a unique piece, and there's going to be like nothing like it listed. Kind of a cool piece. There's a brewery here in Black Mountain. It's one of our favorite spots. Pisca Brewing. They've been around a long time. Glad to catch you, Mom to Nicholas. Good to see you. So one rack is down. Simply Southern. Look at this piece. What do y'all think about this? What do you call that? That like shaggy fleece? Probably pass on it unless somebody tells me otherwise. Some end of the rack magic, nothing. Let's go back down the other side. Looks like short sleeves on this side. Again, the rack so tight. Super Southern as well from you. What do you think about like a fleece like that? Everyone loves this big guy. Silly. Jeez, I just can't get any space in these racks. They're just so tight. Which sounds like a good thing, but I have a feeling that it's not really going to be a good thing because there's just a lot of inventory that's been sitting around here because they just don't do any sale tags ever. So if the stuff didn't sell for $4.49 6 weeks ago or 5 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, what makes them think it's going to sell for $4.49 this week, you know? But it's just the way they do it around here. I don't know why they don't want to move some of this old inventory by putting it like 50% off or something. I sometimes pick up Echo Unlimited. I'm not going to pick up this one. There's just nothing cool enough about it. If it had like a giant spell out or like, I don't know, a big tiger, huge embroidery on the back or something like that, I might pick it up, but the plain ones just have a hard time going. Hoping for maybe some Peter Millar through here. I'll take some FootJoy if they have it. I don't know if the service is good or not. I can't really tell. It's not telling me here. Just found an XL Dixon flannel and a Rockwood Violet embroidered shirt. I picked up Echo too. Nice. Was it Mark Echo or was it Echo Unlimited? I have better luck with Mark Echo than I do with Echo Unlimited. Here's an interesting little Columbia piece. I'm probably not going to pick it up, but it's vented. It's got the all over fish pattern. I don't know. Usually don't pick. It's been a long time since I picked up anything Columbia. It's unique, but it feels like it's cotton. Channel slowly bring my life to a hand. Thought of going full time. Appreciate you. Yeah, I mean when the time's right. When the time's right. She'll know when the time's right. There's some like stainage and stuff. It's a borderline shirt anyway, but it's got some stains around the collar, so it's gonna make that a no. Kind of a cool piece though. It's an older Eddie Bauer tag. I sometimes pick up this brand Molokai. I've sold the same exact shirt before with the all over like fish bones. I've actually sold this shirt size XL. I have a feeling it's like an $18 or $20 piece. Coming into the summer, like the spring buying season. I don't know, I'll pick it up. I need to get some inventory. That's borderline, but I'm gonna pick up some borderline stuff today. Here's an LL Bean short sleeve. Not a lot of value here. Nice kind of gingham pattern on it. Size XL. This is borderline. Normally this would be a borderline pass for me, but at $4.49, you'd probably pick that one up. I just need some inventory. If I start hitting on like a bunch of good stuff, then I might put back some of this borderline stuff. Pendleton and Travis Matthew too. Had a good day. I hope I have a day like that. I found a Pendleton earlier this week. Found a woman's jacket. Hey Ginger, hope you're well. These racks are so tight. Okay, now I got some breathing room here. Let me know if you see something too. I know a little bit, but I don't know all of it. So if you see something worthwhile, let me know. Double D Treasure Barnes in the house. How are you? Colorado looks like you get some good skiing days. Got some great skiing days in. Really had a great time. Here's another Columbia.
I mean, honestly, Natalie's would be fine. If my mom's involved, then I would feel
Cool hard rock piece. Hard rock Memphis. Yeah, thanks for asking. Colorado was great. Got some great quality time with friends, all that. It's also great to come home to just, I love being in Asheville, so coming home isn't such a drag when you live in just an awesome, beautiful place. Warm today, too, in Asheville. Feels like 50s, even though the sun's not really out. It's kind of mostly cloudy. It's in the 50s. Probably be in the 60s if the sun was out. Brand's looking for a lot of brands. What's this here? Anyone know anything about this? Oh, it's probably nothing. That's a local brewery, Catawba Brewing Company. Asheville Rugby Football Club. ARFC, kind of cool. I like finding pieces like this. I wish they were worth money, they're just not. Worth thrifting, that's right, TJ, what's up? How are you? Good to see all these friendly faces in here. Happy to answer questions too. It's actually a pretty small crowd in here right now in the chat, so I can probably get to a lot of questions here. Appreciate all the, I guess, music notes. Appreciate that, thank you. Oh, super kind of you. Donna, you're all right in my book. Gifts are unnecessary, but super appreciated. Thank you, Turtle Cam, you're all right. Love Carousel. Thank you, Turtle Cam. Appreciate the gifts. Here we go. Little Travis Matty, T-Mat. Oh, did you guys hit that goal already? That was crazy. Flippin' Nurse, thank you. Look at this, Travis Matthew. This is the ones that sell really good too. So we got a size XL that's going for it. And look at that contrast pocket. Nice stripes on it. Stripes on the back. That is like what you're looking for Travis Matthew. It's a little bit, it's got some wear though, man. That's not what you're looking for. Dang, I'm just noticing that. I almost want to pick it up anyway, but I just don't think if it's worn there, it's probably showing some wear elsewhere too. Gosh. Cool piece. That'll be $450. Just with all that wear, I don't know if that's really coming through. It looks really bright on the camera, but it's kind of like worn out there. Distressed look. Yeah, I don't know. That's exactly the type of Travis Matthews you're looking for, but they sell much better when they have all those like stripes and all that kind of stuff. Look at this Southern, Simply Southern. It's a youth small. It's really cool. Like, look at the, I don't know if you can tell, like the glitter on the leash there and around the edges. Really cool. Let me know if you see something that I pass on that'd be worthwhile. What we got here? Mega Sports. Looks like a soccer jersey. It's got some staining on it. I don't know. I know that's like a big theme. I'm watching for you. Appreciate you, flipping nurse. I knew I could count on you. Thanks everyone for all the label right there, but I've never seen a purple label golf. It's made in Italy, and it's in that cursive. And the Ralph Lauren purple label with the cursive is what they call the purple label line, but I've never seen one like this, the golf collection with that logo. Kind of a cool diamond print pattern on it. Holy Toledo. Gosh, that's really cool. That's a really rare find to find a purple label. And that's what I think that is, a purple label. Be curious if someone wants to do a little bit of research. See if you can find a Ralph Lauren purple label golf collection, like sold comps on eBay. I mean, I'm gonna take a chance on it either way, but really rare find. Yeah, cool print too. That's wow, that's money. I'm really excited about that. Probably got to pass on this, a little rough. If that was in perfect condition, maybe I'd pick it up. Just found one for 20 bucks on eBay. Yeah, somebody might not, could be a false positive on that. Sometimes people don't know what they have. A lot of people don't realize that that purple label that made in Italy is worth actually a lot of money. Knew that was a few $100s. If you recall, how much was that Milwaukee shirt? I'm not really sure. D-Tank, thanks for listening while you're watching or listening while you're driving. I'm not sure what Milwaukee is. Sorry, I might have missed something. I don't know. I really don't want to pick up this shirt. I need inventory though. This is probably a $18 to $20 plus shipping shirt. Nice kind of pattern on it. We're going into the summertime. I don't really like the size large on it, but it's kind of unusual for a Brooks Brothers piece, so it might actually sell okay. Oh, the Molokai. I was driving. Do you recall how much was the Molokai shirt? I'm gonna pay for $45 for it. I sold one of those probably 2 years ago, the same exact shirt. So I don't remember how much that was for, but it's almost sort of irrelevant too because it was a couple of years ago. But I've sold literally that same shirt, same pattern, same color before. It's probably an $18 or $20 shirt. Thank you for looking that up. Flippin' Nurse, Polo 79 and 90 sold comps. Do only the Brooks Brothers flannels do well? No, the white shirts do really well. I listed a white Brooks Brothers yesterday for $39 used. What's this brand here? Thank you for looking that up, Flippin' Nurse. What do you think about Bukachi shirts? I don't pick most of them up, to be honest with you. They take a long time to sell. Some of the more modern, unique ones will do okay. Anyone know anything about this thing? Rhino Rugby. Yeah, $8 for, I think you're saying for Bukachi. I wouldn't do that. Brooks Brothers, also the ones with the logos I'll pick up sometimes, big sizes. What's this gonna be? Bunch of bean t-shirts. Yeah, it's one of those things. Thanks for looking up those sold comps. Reluctantly enthusiastic. I appreciate you doing that. It's funny, like items like that are going to have a really big, wide variety of sale prices because people don't know what they have when they pick up that. They might have just thought it was like a polo golf piece. Oh, that's a bummer. Patagucci, but all hold up. I like the pattern on this Gap shirt. I'm not going to get it, but cool pattern. We're in the t-shirt section, so 99.9% of this stuff's not going to be worth picking up, but what we are looking for is something that's not a t-shirt, like a flannel that's mixed in there, but also like classic rock band t-shirts, tour t-shirts, kind of anything like vintage, pop culture. This is kind of a hodgepodge of like collared and t-shirt kind of stuff. Leave the Rhino, not worth it. Thank you, appreciate that. Are there any new brands that you are selling good right now? Is there any new brands that you are selling good right now? I guess you're saying about new brands that I've recently learned. Is that what you're asking about? One that I picked up that I just picked up for the first time recently is called Dunhill. it's a golf brand. I'd never picked it up before. I don't know that I've ever come across it, but I picked one up recently. I actually just listed it a couple hours ago. So that would be a new one. Can't really report on how well it's selling, but there's really not many listed, and the sold comps are mostly in the 30s for a golf polo, so that's pretty good. Thanks for the follow, Alt Helator 7. Appreciate the follow. Welcome aboard. Wait, go back. Was it a polo? Probably need a little bit more. Thank you for looking out for me. I guess I'd need more information than that. Found a rag and bone sweater. I can't figure out if it's men's or women's. Any suggestions? Does it have buttons on it? Because men's and women's items will have buttons on the opposite sides. So that's a good, quick, easy way to tell. Otherwise, you'd have to just look at other ones that are listed and look at men's versus women's and look at the tag. Usually the men's versus the women's and brands have different tags. Typically on women's shirts, the tag is smaller than on a men's shirt. But you can just look at you can look at tags of currently listed rag and bones, and just to get an idea, men's versus women's, what the tag should look like. You can also measure it too. So an XL women's is going to measure a lot smaller than an XL men's. You can compare yours to listed ones online to get an idea of what would be the right size for a measurement for a pit to pit on a sweater for a men's versus a women's. So if there's a size tag, it should make it easy for you too. So there's a few tricks for you. You should be able to tell pretty easily. Men's large is usually around 25. Yep, in a sweater though, it can be a little different. So sweaters can often be a little bit smaller. Ugh. That Tommy is all stained up. Oh, here we go. FootJoy, it's an older FootJoy. Size medium, so it's on the small size. Country Club logo on the front. And it's, see all that fading on the pits, so that's gonna go back. One thing you gotta look for on golf polos is sun fading or fading in the pits, but oftentimes it's sun fading because they spend so much time out in the sun that the top will get sun faded and the bottom won't. That woman's falling. Jeez, every time. I don't think I've ever picked this brand up before. Something's ringing a bell for me about this brand. Does anyone know this brand? Mine. Appreciate the follow, Talia. You stay away from minor peeling on tops. Minor peeling on tops. On shirts, minor peeling. I mean, yeah, I'm going to stay away from most flawed stuff because it's going to reduce the price, but I think that's what you mean. I don't know what you mean by peeling. But to answer your question, I'm avoiding flaws because it's going to lower the sale price. But if an item's got to sell for $60 without a flaw, and it has a flaw, and I still think I can get 30 or 40 and price at the bottom of the market, then I might pick it up. But if it's going to be a $25 or $30 item, it's not going to. Being at the bottom of the market there is not going to yield any profit with flaws. Mine is cheap. Okay. Thank you. I just threw that mine back. Shilling maybe? Yeah, I mean, if it's got flaws and it's going to be a $25 sale price item, I'm personally going to pass on it. The other thing is I always say stains and flaws, they come in gangs. They come in packs, so you'll get it home and you'll find even more flaws that you might not notice when you're out and about. I like picking these up sometimes, but that's in rough condition. Look at this. Looks like an old tag. No, it's not too old because it's got the printed label. I don't know that this is really going to be worth it. It's brand new with tags, Disney, but as you can see, it was brand new at $16.95. It's cool. Thanks for the follow, Christy. It's another Disney. That's kind of cool with the contrast pocket like that. Yeah. I agree with you, Christy. Thank you, Snap Dabble. Snap D. Nice Celtic shirt. No resale value, but it's cool. I might be biased there. You know why I stopped at that. The contrast pocket was cool. It was. Definitely had a lot of wear on it. Probably no resale value to it. It's just got a little bit too much wear to it. Thanks for the follow, Tinkerbell. Oh, pardon me.
You're good. I'm just kind of sneaking in. You were here first.
No, you're doing great. You can share. It's all good.
I'm looking for any rock band t-shirts.
Oh, there you go.
So my daughter wears.
Nice. Just any rock band, or she's looking for specific bands?
Just more like metal and Ozzy and that kind of stuff.
Nice. I love it. This rack is so tight again. That's rough. Too much wear on that Woolrich. It was rough. I used to work here, UNC Asheville. It's a no-name brand, kind of cool. Just fun seeing stuff like that. These are Royal Robins. There you go. Of course. Good luck.
Thanks.
So this is pretty like typical on-brand Royal Robins. This is probably a modal rayon type shirt. Size large. Not a great seller, kind of slow seller, but we're going into the right season for it. I've sold many similar shirts to this. Probably not the same color, but the same pattern. It's kind of rough. Yeah, it's too rough. Oh well. That was kind of borderline anyway. It's an 18 to 20 plus shipping kind of shirt, but so I'm not too upset about it. Daughter sounds like a cool person for sure. From Woolrich, Pennsylvania. My dad's house is right across the street from the factory. That's awesome. How about that? That's awesome. I like Woolrich. I don't pick up all Woolrich, but the heavier stuff sells well. Obviously the wool stuff sells really well. What's this? Desert Dunes? Anyone know anything about this? Kind of feels cheapo depot. It's called Seersucker and it is vintage. What are you referring to? The Royal Robins? That was not Seersucker. So modal rayon, and it was a older tag, but not a vintage Royal Robins tag. And it was in rough shape either way. Oh, here we go. So Peter Millar, it's plain, so solid blue. What do we got down here? I don't love that. They should have just not, if they were going to give these to their employees, don't put the logo on it. Nobody wants that logo on there. So this is going to be a polyester spandex Peter Millar. Yeah, it was a modal rayon Royal Robins, old but not vintage. That is correct. So we got 92 polyester 8 spandex. Stepmom was HR manager for 36 years at the Woolrich. That's cool. I'm in Asheville, North Carolina. I don't love this little thing down there, but I'm okay with that hip being down low as opposed to up on the chest. Somebody might pick up that shirt. It's in good shape. So this is similar. It's not a summer comfort, but it's basically the same thing. It's the polyester spandex blend. So Those are good. That one's probably a low 20s plus shipping shirt just because of it's plain and it had that like logo on it. Exactly, for sure. That's my thought process with that logo too. It's just sort of less in your face. I do pick up some stuff from this brand. This has nothing fancy to it, so I will not pick it up. And everyone's going to get mad because I'm going to pronounce it Eniche, which is the way Sean Combs pronounces it. Sean Puffy Combs. It's his brand. He pronounces it Eniche. Everyone's going to yell at me and say it's NYC, but I'll pronounce it the way the owner pronounces it, Eniche. Met a Goodwill in Asheville. Thanks for the follow, Finocchino. Appreciate that. You might enjoy the lives I do on weekday mornings, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, where I'm shipping out my orders for the day. Ooh, here we go. You might enjoy that live. Oh man, what a bummer. This would have been a really cool piece. A shooting shirt. Looks like a women's large, but it's obviously got that big hole right there. Cabela's is one of those brands where I'm probably going to pass on maybe 60% of items, but because it's got those like padded shoulders like that, you'd consider that a shooting shirt. I'm not even sure if I should say that word on TikTok live. I'm going to be careful. These lives, they'll like take them down for anything. Whoop. What happened? What do we got here? What do we have? Graham is a shipping company out of Oklahoma. Okay, good to know. We'll take it. Looks like it's in good shape. It's got a little bit of age on it, I can tell. But it doesn't look like any pulls or anything. Appreciate the invitation to join the live. I'm going to pass. Maybe another time, though. Appreciate that. Great find if in good condition. Yeah. I never find Lululemon, I got to be honest with you. Very rare. First one I found in a while. Yeah. Older men's logo. Definitely had like you could tell it had definitely had a lot of life had already been taken out of it, but seemed like there was no pulls or no holes, no stains. Is it a outlet Lululemon? Not very valuable. I'm not sure. My level of knowledge on Lululemon does not run that deep. I just don't find it that often. How do you say pilling? Is that what you're asking? Ash, appreciate the follow. I also go live if you're just joining for the first time. Yeah, I'm here doing a live thrift, but a good opportunity to ask questions and kind of see the other part of the business, the behind the scenes stuff, is to check out my lives on 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. And I go over the daily sales and actually ship out the items, talk about shipping, and answer a lot of those questions. This is a cool shirt. Anyone know what that is? Anyone familiar with that logo there? That logo there? Do you exclusively sell on eBay? I'm on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Depop, and Grailed, and I cross-list all my items using Vendoo. If you're interested in learning more about Vendoo, I have a link up in my profile. You can if you go up there, I don't know if that pointing was helpful, but click on my name and go to my website, and you can check out Vendoo. You can do a free trial to see how it works, to cross-list inventory. And if you like it, that link will get you 25% off your first month if you do decide to sign up. But if cross-listing is something you're thinking about, I would highly recommend Vendoo. I've been using it for 20 months now, and big fan. I love that they keep updating it too and making things a little better. BMW drivers beep. Yeah, so it's the M series BMW. So a lot of people are just like big time fans of that. All right, let me move my cart here so I'm not blocking the way. So new rack, is this going to be the one? Is this going to be the one where we make some money? How much does Vendoo cost? Check out at the link. There's a bunch of different price points depending on how many items you're listing, like how many new listings you're putting up every month. So I'm at the 125 new listings per month. That's funny, I've sold this same shirt before. I sold the same exact Orvis shirt and brand new with tags. That's funny. I found it at a Goodwill out in Durham, North Carolina, back in September. But this one's not new with tags, and it's also like beat up. That's funny when you find like the same exact shirt. Gosh, I think it was a size medium too. How funny is that? I'd say it was the same one, but somebody would have had to wear it a ton since the time I sold it back in like October till now. That's funny. Same exact color and everything. It was just new with tags. Thanks for the follow, Jamie. So yeah, so my Vendu subscription at 125 new listings every month costs me $41 total a month, and that includes like an add-on where I get the bulk delist and relist and a couple other things. But check out, there's different price points from everywhere from if you're listing like 20 things a month all the way up to if you're listing like 1,000 items per month. They have different price points for everything, which is something I really like about Vendu too, is I used to have 250 listings per month when I was full-time, and now that I've backed down to part-time, I only need 125, and all I do is just turn my subscription back down. There was no like extra fees for turning it down to the next level. So I kind of like that about Vendu. It's funny, you remember every detail. Sometimes it's weird the things I remember. Ship hop hooray. I was gonna say I'm not good with names, but I'll probably remember that one. I remember numbers really well. I just remember, I guess, like images. I buy some stuff from this fashionable brand. I picked up 11 Robert Graham shirts for $1 each. What a steal. Nice score. That's awesome. Hope that answers your question about Vendu Sunshine. I would definitely check it out. Yeah, so check out the different price points. You can even do the free trial and just see how it works for you, see if you like it. Orvis sells okay with me. I'm kind of particular with Orvis. I don't pick up all Orvis, but it's like any brand, you're looking for some of the better items. Just take some time to learn all that stuff. Here's another Orvis. It's a size medium polo. I'm going to pass on that one. Here's another polo. Size medium. It's got some wear on the collar. I actually do like picking up these heavy cotton ones with that little like loop right there on the chest. I do okay with these, but it just has some wear to it. It's not really coming through on the camera, but it's definitely got some wear around the collar and whatever. Yeah, Ducky Monroe. I mean, I'm not sure if you really want to engage in a conversation. Usually, when people come in and they make these accusations, they don't want to talk. But if you want to talk, here we go. So let's check this out. How many items do you think are on that rack right there? Cool. How many are on this rack right here? Cool. How many are in this rack right here? Cool. Y'all get where I'm going with this. How many are on this rack here? Cool. 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 There's a person stocking stuff. She's got like 15 shirts in her hand. There's 2 more racks of fresh inventory that they're about to put out that they're stocking from. Cool. Now let's look at how many are in my cart. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. Also, check out what it says right there. Helping others looks good on you. So it's all about helping others. So my money that I'm spending today will help others in terms of job training. Look at do good, donate, round up, repeat. Right? So my money, I spend tens of thousands of dollars a year at thrift stores. And that money supports their missions. Gotta love stealing from the poor, exactly. Like, get out of town. I'm not gonna buy any of these, none of them. A lot of them are, and everyone's gonna say, you're gonna leave the junk behind. Well, that's not true. I leave behind really good brand names. You just watch me go by. Sorry, I'll sneak out of the way. I walk past really good brand names. They just don't happen to have like a lot of resale value. I mean, that's all. You can still have like Tommy Hilfiger, Tommy Bahama, and passed by a ton of Polo Ralph Lauren today. good stuff. It just doesn't have the resale value that I'm looking for. I don't usually engage with that. I don't even know if that person's still in the chat. They usually don't want to talk about it. They just have like in their mind, they already know that that they're right and I'm wrong, and they're going to virtue signal, and they're going to say that they know everything even though they don't know anything about this. I mean, we could go on a tour in the back room too and see how much stuff is back there. Look at this Land's End piece though. I usually don't pick up Land's End, but puffer jacket with that cool pattern. It's a size small, which isn't a great size. I just think that pattern is freaking awesome. No reason to ban her. People are allowed to come in and express their opinion. I'm not mad at her. Yeah, isn't that a cool vest? So I don't do a lot of women's section stuff, but I will go through the coats and sweaters like we're doing right now. Nike ACG. Anyone remember that Nike ACG all conditions gear? I'm gonna pick up this fleece, I think, too. I don't know if that's a women's. I think that's actually a men's fleece, size medium. Yeah, it's a medium men's. Isn't that nice? Nike ACG. All the like Nike ACGs, they're doing like re-releases, like retro releases of all those old ACG shoes. People are into them right now. What was the vest? That was a Land's End vest. I don't typically pick up Land's End, but that's a, I think it's a down vest. Let's double check. If it's goose down, it's like a definite go. That's 100% polyester, 80% down lining, 20, yeah. So it's 80% down, 20% feathers. Yeah, so it's 100% down. That's basically what it comes down to. So I never pick up Land's End unless it's goose down. I can't think of another example. I've picked up some flannels before. Uh-oh, you can't say that word no more. Price points. I think that Land's End puffer is probably like $25 to $30 plus shipping on that. This would be a good find, but you can see all the pilling on that. Look how nasty that thing is. Rough city. Is that, I don't know, is that person who's like mad at me for stealing or whatever? Is she mad at me? Is she still in here? Is she mad at me for paying my bills, for supporting local businesses with the money that I make? My 16-year-old's all about wearing vintage anything. Yeah, it's so big right now. I love that he can thrift shop for him. That's cool. Sorry if I missed some comments or whatever. I had no business in Goodwill today. I had knee surgery Monday. Flipping nurse, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you heal up quickly. What type of surgery did you have? My mom actually just had a knee replacement just a few weeks ago, which reminds me I should probably call in and check on my mom. Thanks, flipping nurse. She's just jealous. No, I mean, she just does. People don't understand it, and that's okay. I try to educate them, but usually they don't want to listen. What do you think is better to sell, vintage, eBay, or Posh? I mean, 50% of my sales are going to be on eBay and 27% are on Posh. Posh is my second biggest platform. So I'm always going to say eBay is a little bit better. But if you're on either, you're going to be doing well. Torn meniscus and ACL, yuck. That's exactly what my wife had back in 2019. Meniscus tear and ACL. Only when she went under the knife, they didn't know that the meniscus was torn. So when she went under the knife, she thought she was going to be like getting out and walking that like literally after the surgery. But because of the meniscus tear, you got to mobilize the leg, like you can't bend the knee, and you have to be 0% weight bearing for a period of time. So her recovery time went from, basically being like something like 8 or 10 weeks to basically being immobilized for like the first like 3 or 4 weeks, and then entirely like atrophying all the muscles in her leg and everything. So it just extended her recovery time by a ton. So can you imagine like going under the knife and like waking back? You think you're going to be like walking literally within an hour after surgery, and then going to a place where you can't put weight on the leg for literally weeks later and can't bend it at all. Do you take a chance on things unstained? Only if it's going to have high enough resale value, like say I'll give you an example. I bought a Dixon flannel shirt about a month ago, maybe 2 months ago now. And I had a feeling that it was probably worth like $80, and it had a bunch of stains on them. So I took it home. I got most of the stains out, but not all of them. And it still sold for like $40. So something like that, I'll take a shot on it for $4.50 or $5. But if it's going to be a $20 or $25 resale kind of item, I'm not going to intentionally take home a stained item. But if I do get home and I find a stain, which happens, it happened to me a couple times this week. If I do get home, find a stain, I'm gonna go ahead and just list it anyway, lower the price at the bottom of the market, and get that thing moved. Of course, I'm gonna disclose whatever the flaw is. I'm gonna disclose it in the item title, the description, and in the photos to really make sure somebody knows it, and then I'm gonna price at the bottom of the market. They usually sell fast actually with stains because they're priced so low that it gets a lot of views. What do you use to get the stains out? I use two different things. Both are linked in my profile on my Amazon shopper list, my Amazon reselling shopping list. I think I'm gonna pick this up even with that logo on it. It's $7, Patagonia. I'm gonna pick it up, women's size large. Let's get that Patagucci, that's right, Snappy D. Thrifter Sifter is in the house. Now that's actually a cool Joseph A. Banks. But yeah, so the two things I use are OxyClean. So I soak items in OxyClean for 6 hours and then I wash them. The other thing I use is Grandma's Secret Spot Remover. So that's not a great size. That's really not a great size at all, 40 short. It's one of the worst sizes, but that's seersucker. I don't usually pick up Joseph A. Banks, but that's $7. I can probably get 30 or so for it. It'll sell, oh, never mind. Never mind, but that seersucker is great. That pattern is awesome. That's a bummer about the stain.
Are you doing like a live video or are you training somebody?
Yeah.
You're doing a live?
I am, yeah.
Can I look it up online? I'm just curious.
Yeah.
What
If you want to look right here, that's me.
So what is it?
Chris at Peak. Let me try to get it.
Chris at Peak.
You got it.
What site is this?
This is on TikTok, but you can find me on Instagram or YouTube, all the places.
Chris at Peak.
That's me.
I love it.
Yeah. Thanks for saying hi. I wish I would go back. What you shouting about? Yeah, that would have been a cool piece. Did you pick up? No, I don't. I pass on 98% of Joseph A. Banks, but this is a really unique, like that stripe pattern with that seersucker weave. There's just got to be no supply of that listed on eBay or Poshmark. I'll probably be the only one or one of very few. So an item like that can sell pretty quick. The other thing I'll look for is like really big sizes or unique like patterns, plaid patterns. Big sizes like 50L or 48L. Blue with white stitching. Thank you for the follow, Ramsey. Appreciate that. The Doncaster jacket. Is that what people are yelling about? Blue with white stitching. Is there something of value back here? I don't really know a lot of like women's brands. I've never heard of Doncaster. Further back, further back. Okay, all right. I know the comments roll in kind of slow here. Doncaster is very nice. Yeah, there's probably some women's brands I don't know, but have you tried the Fells Napa soap Wayne is going to try? I have not. I'm on eBay, Poshmark, Depop, Grailed, and Mercari. 50% of my sales are on eBay. My second biggest platform is Poshmark. So here's something that I no longer... I probably wouldn't pick this up anyway. It's a Woolwich, it's a fleece, it's it's a men's medium, it's plain, it's not vintage. But see all that hair on it? That's got to take like half a lint roller, like literally like 15 like pieces of lint roller tape to get that off. It's just not worth my time. Got to grab a bar of that. Cool. Just sold an ATG for 45. That's awesome. Do they send info to you? Sorry, I don't know what you're referring to there. They said it's blue with white stitching. Guys are like focused on this. Well, I'll try it in a minute. Here's Bearded Thrifters brand right here. Women Within. He's sponsored by them. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Dana and Sue Sherry. I'm a chick, but I know more about men's clothing than women's. I like that. I hope I have good results. I do too. Yeah, keep us posted. Let me know. Kind of cool. How do you do taxes with all the sites? I just keep track of my numbers, and then I work with a CPA to help me make sense of it all. Just keep good records and talk to my CPA. That's probably as deep as I'll get into any kind of tax conversation. You should definitely talk to a tax professional about that. But keep good numbers, keep good records. It's a good place to start. All right, we got a lot of racks still to hit. So far the ratio hasn't been great in terms of hits per rack. It's been pretty low. Yeah, I don't want that. I'll go back and look for whatever the jacket is that you guys were talking about in a minute. There was just a couple people behind me in that aisle. That woman that was talking to me, she was kind of like, every time I turned around, she was like right there next to me. I kept like switching racks to go to another rack, and every time I'd switch, she's like right there next to me again. I'm like, what are you doing, lady? Give me some breathing room. And then she was the one that was just like asking me like if I'm live or whatever. It's because she was basically in my shirt like half the time here. That's the only person that's ever asked me about that ever, by the way.
Nice.
Found a Calvin Klein jacket at Goodwill. Kept it. I found amazing things, but I want them for myself. Yeah, see, I don't really, I'm pretty minimalist, so I don't really care about having like more things and more clothes. I have plenty. I often wear, I'm usually wearing like the same flannel 2-3 days in a row, so it's kind of a cool pattern on this Eddie flannel. And it's stained. As I say that, I'm like, hey, I could buy this flannel for me. But really, I don't need any other clothes, so I don't have that like same draw to like keeping stuff for myself, really. Just not really much of a shopper, as silly as that sounds. I'm in Asheville, North Carolina. You're just collecting a fan club in Goodwill. Yeah, today it seems like that, right? I don't usually have conversations. It's on, oh, look at this. Oh, Echo, it's kind of a strange Echo piece. I'm not gonna pick it up. But with Echo, if you are gonna pick up Echo Unlimited, you're definitely looking for unique stuff. That just wasn't quite cool enough. These racks are so tight. Uh-oh, what do we have there? You see it? Uh-oh. It's 100% cotton. Man, I was thinking that was wool for a second. But it's full zip. Size large, tall. That's a good piece. No, I'm on Tunnel Road. Yeah, nice piece on that. That's pretty cool. That could have been a cool piece. It just had some flaws on it. About 2 hours away across the line in Virginia. Right on. Are you up near like Abingdon, that kind of way? I used to spend a lot of time up, there's a climbing area called Hidden Valley. I'm trying to remember the name of the town that's right there that we used to stop through every time. I don't know if you know where that is. I say used to. When I used to live in Asheville, I just moved back in October, and I haven't been to Hidden Valley since we've been back. This would be a cool piece. An older Woolrich tag. It's got some wear to it. It's still kind of cool. It's got some vintagey vibes, but it's just got too many like little wear spots on it. Gosh, it's kind of a cool shirt, actually. You ever found a Coogee? Not a sweater. I've found the jeans a handful of times. Coogee jeans sell well, too. Never found the sweaters. Here's a modern bean. So that's like a really, really modern LL Bean tag from the last couple of years. It's like a chambray style shirt. It's actually kind of a nice piece. Like the buttons that are metal. I think I'm gonna pick that up. It's probably like 20 bucks, 22 bucks plus shipping. Yeah, I'd pick up that Woolrich. It was cool. It was a little rough. Which has resale value, even worn. Yeah, it's fine. It's just it's pretty rough. I like the kind of the distressed look to it. I think I'm probably gonna pass on it though. Check out the channels next time you're around. I live in Abingdon. Check out the channels next time you're around. What's the channels? Check out the channels. What's the channels? Where do you sell your items? Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, Depop, and Grailed. How much are shirts? $4.50. Everyone seems like really animate that I should get the Woolrich. If you guys are really adamant about it, I will get it. Here's a Newid Tags, Kirkland. I'm not gonna get it. Nice price, yeah. The one thing, and believe me, I'm not complaining about that. The one thing I wish they would do would be to do some like a color of the week tag sale. Not because I necessarily want to get the shirts cheaper. I just want them to clear out inventory that's stale, that's been sitting around. It's kind of a nice lightweight Field and Stream women's fishing shirt. I'm gonna pass on it. Here's a Royal Robbins. White usually means stain magnet. So that's a modern Royal Robbins tag. Not a ton of value in this shirt, but it will sell. Feels like it's 100% cotton. I'm gonna have to look this one over really closely. White's just such a stain machine. Super modern Royal Robbins on that. Fishing shirts sell well. Yeah, Field and Stream is not the best brand. I think that was like a Kmart brand or a Sears brand, or I guess those are the same thing. Are you sure? Are you sure not looking at men's? Yeah, it says it right here. Women's. Here's an Eddie Bauer again. This is that Travex. This is the more desirable of the tags. It's actually a decent shirt, but these take a really long time for me to sell if I want to sell them at the price point I want. It's a size large. It's like a synthetic, it's like a nylon poly blend. It's actually a nice shirt. I am looking at men's, yes. Guys are so adamant about this Woolrich, but it's got like, on the collar, it's got like these holes and stuff. Channels is a hiking area close to Abingdon. If you like Hidden Valley, you probably like it. Right on. What's that town that's right there? Is it? I guess that is Abingdon, right? The town that's right there at Hidden Valley? Sorry, we moved away from Asheville about 5 years ago and just got back. So some of these things are like, trying to like stretch my memory a bit. Thanks for the follow, Mr. Berge. Those of you who are new to the channel, I also do a live from the office, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time on weekdays. And that's like shipping out items and kind of talking through all the numbers of the business. Pass on the Woolrich. Everybody was so adamant about getting the Woolrich, and now everyone's saying pass. Y'all are funny. I appreciate it though. You're funny. A little West Virginia. Any West Virginia in the house today? It's okay. You guys are allowed to change your mind. Kind of army t-shirt. It's kind of cool. Here's another Woolrich. This is a synthetic shirt from Woolrich. Men's large. Kind of hiking, trekking shirt. It's like a polyester nylon blend piece. Nice pattern on it. Look at that. From Alabama, right on. That's an older Abercrombie tag. I've had some luck selling kind of like vintage and older Abercrombie. I just don't know if that's the move. I'll do like flannels, kind of big plaid. I just don't know if that's the move for like for an older Abercrombie, if that's the style that people are looking for.
You're okay.
Okay, thanks. If I'm in the way, just kick me.
No, you're fine.
Thanks for the follow, J9. Thanks for the follow, DHD. Yeah, those of you who are just following now, you'll get that notification when I go live in the mornings in the office shipping out items. Here's Cam Newton's brand right there. You know that? Cam Newton. It's actually a nice shirt. Nice color. I see a lot of that Cam Newton brand stuff here in North Carolina. Obviously, that's where Cam Newton made his bones. Got into resale around December, January. Right on. Pass on it. I don't know what you're talking about. In the chat, it's tough when you use like it or that, because I don't know. Sometimes there's a delay in the chat, so I don't know like which thing you're referring to. Thank you for the follows, Missy, user 832-415-724-774. I think I got that right. My husband is a golfer and has a lot of nice golf shirts because of weight loss. All nice. Will they sell? Depends on the brand, the size, the style, the condition. Anything sells. It just sort of matters, you know. It's got to be a variety of different. It could be $5 shirts. They could be $30 shirts. So it just all depends. From your experience, which platform gives you the best return profit? I don't know that I don't really have any data that would support that one I make more profit on than the other. 50% of my sales are on eBay. 27% last year were on Poshmark. Those are my two biggest platforms. So right there, you got 77% of my sales on between those two platforms. And I'm on 3 other platforms in addition to that. Used to be on Facebook Marketplace too, but I gave up Facebook Marketplace in like, I think October. Look at that. How does this collar get that beat up? That's amazing. Like if it was like half this rough and they kept wearing it, like that's kind of crazy to me. And why would you donate that? Just get rid of it. Thank you for the follow, Mama. Crazy, I had plans to come to that store tomorrow. They're stocking like mad though. I would still consider it because they're stocking like mad. They have staff here, unlike some of them in the area. There's like, I've seen at least 3 or 4 people running around stocking. So you might still be able to do good tomorrow. And who knows, you'll find, maybe you have a better eye than me. Do you only do clothes or do you do toys? I'm like 90% clothes. I've done toys here and there in the past, but it's really not my thing. But it's cool if it's your thing. That's what's great about reselling is there's all these little niches that you can make money in. There's a little Clemson piece there. So you're buying from a thrift store and marking it up 100%. Good sales. I'm marking it up a lot more than 100%. Typically I'm looking for things that I'm paying $5 and I'm going to sell it for $20 plus shipping or more. Is your revenue sales in the 3 figures? No. Great brand right here. I have not found this in a while. I found one the other day and it was, it had a stain. I'm hoping this one doesn't have a stain. Carbon to Cobalt is a great brand. This is not the best piece from them. It's a long sleeve polo shirt, but it's a good brand. Carbon to Cobalt. There's one that you probably don't know about. There's a new brand breaking up. Yeah, sorry, maybe my my service isn't so good. I'm inside, so sometimes the service doesn't work inside the structures. Appreciate the follows. MMA Wifey Fitness 1227. But there's a brand for you. Take a screenshot of that one. That's something I used to find it maybe once every 2 months, kind of that kind of amount. But nowadays, it's been a long time since I found one. I actually found one 2 days ago, but it was stained and I had to leave it behind. How do you manage a sold item on 4 different platforms? I use, oh, look at that. 2 in a row. Probably the same donator. It's literally the same exact style polo long sleeve shirt. Great brand, great size. A little bit of wear on it, but it actually looks better in person than it does in the camera. So maybe we'll find more of those carbon and cobalts. You guys are ruining thrifting for people. I mean, you're allowed to have that opinion. That's cool. I think the thrift store is just happy that I spend like more than $10,000 a year at thrift stores to help support their mission. I've been to the Career Center, the Goodwill Career Center here in Asheville before. I used to work in the Career Center at University of North Carolina, Asheville. We partnered with them on a lot of stuff. So I'm very familiar on what they do for the community and the services they provide. And I'm happy to support those things with my dollars. But you're welcome to your opinion. I have a feeling that you're probably not here for discussion. You're just here to sort of tell us how it is. But if you want to have a discussion, I'm happy to entertain it. I'm gonna pass on that. I usually don't pick up Columbia. Yeah, I want to look at like how there's probably 10,000 men's clothing pieces in here, and I'll probably walk out with 12. And I'll pass on all kinds of good brands. See that Columbia, perfect condition, really nice shirt. Somebody would love to come here and pick up this shirt if they're a size XL. Nice like fishing shirt. I'm gonna pass on it because it just doesn't have enough resale value for my model, but it's a great item. This is a nice shirt, a brand I never pick up, but this is actually a really cool shirt. I like that, like, you know, like that right there. Somebody's gonna come here and pick that up and they're gonna be psyched. It's got a flip cuff too. Look at that. I just don't pick up that brand. It's a good quality shirt. Royal Robbins. This one too, good quality shirt. Just got a little bit of wear on it, but somebody's gonna come pick that up for $4. They're gonna go fishing in this thing and they're gonna love it. So, I mean, there's really no harm being done here. This is another Eddie Bauer that's worth picking up sometimes, this First Descent. This is kind of their nicer stuff. Here's a fleece, it's got some wear to it. It's women's, I'm gonna pass on it, but First Descent's a tag worth keeping your eye out for. Comp it when you find it. Which is your best seller, men? Or I really just focus on men's. I don't really do kids at all, and I do only a little bit of women's. I don't know if that answers your question. So I guess men's would be the short answer. I'm a mod in KBay group. I delete them quickly. I don't mind when people come in and they have their opinion. That doesn't bother me. I don't need people deleted. People are welcome to share their opinions about things. We don't need to boot people out. I've got thicker skin than that. I've been sharing reselling on TikTok and Instagram for 2.5 years now. I've had videos that have gotten well over 1 million views, over 3 million views. And when you get big viral videos like that, you get a lot of angry people. And it don't bother me. People can come in and voice their opinion. That's a really nice FootJoy, huh? It's more of a modern FootJoy. It's long sleeve as opposed to short sleeve. That's really cool. Here, I can move that out of your way for you. While you eat all the dogs, the rest of us. Yeah, that's right. The dogs. Appreciate you being in here. Mom to Nicholas. Appreciate everybody being here. There's a million things you could be doing and probably should be doing. So I appreciate you hanging out with me. Actually, this is turning out to be a pretty good little haul. Yeah, the FJ is a nice one. This is turning out to be pretty good. And there's still a few racks left. I haven't even touched the pants yet. I've done good in the jeans section here before. Ooh, I just saw something. Check that out. Dang, that would have been cool. Great brand to look for. Whatever, I'm not gonna make money off these, but you can learn that brand, Olakai. It's kind of hard to see there, Olakai. Let's show you in there. Remember that brand? That's a good one to make money from. This pair of shoes would probably be like a $35 to $45 pair of shoes if it obviously didn't have that hole right there. Great brand to look for. Hawaiian brand. Suits, love selling suits. We'll go there next. Well, we'll probably do jeans next. This rack's hitting though. You could make money off this Brooks Brothers shirt, except for that stain. It's probably a $18 to $20 Brooks Brothers shirt. And the bigger sizes, they do okay. Slow seller, pretty crowded market for the Brooks Brothers. Of course, there's some Brooks Brothers I do pick up. Thanks for the follow, All-Star Rips. Sounds like maybe someone who does like breaks, like card breaks. All-Star Rips. Welcome aboard. Mermaid, welcome aboard. Those of you who are just joining for the first time, I do a live Monday or weekdays at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. And I'm in the office, I'm shipping out items. So if you're kind of scared or nervous about shipping and how that all works, it's a good time to come in and ask questions. Talk about shipping materials, shipping costs. It's a little Barstool Sports sweater. What is this? That's funny, a little Top Gun. It's really pilled out. Also like to resell, cool. I did a little bit of the card flipping game for a little bit. Boy, it got expensive real quick. I got into it back in 2020 when it was like blowing up. Everyone was like dropping their IRA on cards. Got a little stainage. I picked this LL bean up. It's kind of a thicker bean. Really nice pattern on it, but it's got the staining around the collar. I don't want nothing to do with that. Is it difficult to keep track of sales and shipping for tax purposes? I have a spreadsheet. If you click on my name and go into my bio, go to my website, I have a reseller spreadsheet that's made by a friend of mine who's also a reseller, Jason Hayes. And that spreadsheet helps keep me really organized with all my numbers so that when it comes time to tax season, like right now, I can get all the information that my CPA needs in order to help me file my taxes accurately. I do pick up some polo golf. I'm not going to pick up this one because it doesn't have the pony on the chest. So in those, they're kind of borderline anyway, but you're really looking for the pony on the chest there. Spreadsheet, yeah. So you can check that out if you want to. There's a discount code in my profile, thanks Chris10. It gets you 10% off that spreadsheet. So you'll be out the door at $35 with that spreadsheet, and it'll keep you organized all year long, and it'll keep your CPA happy at tax season. Plus, it's just so important in any business to know your numbers, keep track of your numbers, track your performance. Here we go, Eddie Bauer. That's another Travex piece. That's like a cotton blend. Well, I guess it's like a nylon polyester. I actually kind of like that shirt. It's a size large. I'm gonna regret this probably. Probably be like an $18 piece. It's just a nice pattern on this, long sleeve. And it's that Travex. I'm gonna regret picking that up. It's just kind of a low sale price, like low sell-through rate kind of piece, but I need inventory right now, so let's take it. The only laundering going on is people selling Beanie Babies for thousands. Yeah, I must have missed some comments about that. Thank you for the dogs. Appreciate that. PNT Cloth. Hope you're doing well. Do you launder the items? Sometimes. I had to wash a couple this morning that either had smells or stains or whatever, but most items I don't need to. Here's another like really beat Woolrich. This is it's kind of a flannel. It's almost like a chamois shirt. It's just really, really beat. It's disgusting, to be honest. Another Orvis piece. This is interesting. It's kind of got this contrast pocket thing going on. It's got some wear to it. It's hard to tell like what's wear and what's just like wrinkles. But the shirt itself, it just feels really worn. It's an older Orvis tag. I'm not sure if that's really vintage, but it's an older tag. I think I'm going to pass on this. I do like those contrast pockets though. It just, if you put your hands on it, you'd feel that it's kind of rough. You can see like a pull there. So it's lived its life. Most of its life is behind it. K-Way, appreciate the dogs. We're going to have to do thought you hit the goal. Never mind. Appreciate the dogs though. You made all that noise like you hit the goal. You looking to build more inventory than you have now? Yeah, I'm trying to go on up. I fell down under 400 items when I was on vacation, so now I bumped it up to like 428, I think, today. I'd like to get it back up to 500 before the end of the month. Appreciate the dogs coming in. That's awesome. Where do you prefer to resell, Mercari, eBay? eBay is my biggest platform. I do sell on both of those. I'm on 5 total platforms: eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Depop, Grailed. Is that all of them? I think that's 5. All right, we're going into the money rack. They have a really small rack for suits and blazers. So that's all they have is like half a rack. Pardon me. How are you? Thank you for hitting that goal. So we're going to hit the rest of these shirts first, and that's going to roll us right into the money rack, which is suits and blazers. So if you're looking to learn more about suits and blazers to resell, hang out for a few minutes. We'll get there. Let's reset this goal. Appreciate y'all. Let's do just like let's do a low dollar one here. Let's go, I like this chili pepper one. Or no, let's go to enjoy music. Appreciate y'all giving gifts. You don't have to do that, but it's appreciated totally. So let's rip through these shirts. Let's get over to the suits and blazers. I feel like there's one money suit or blazer over there. Do you cross-list items on different platforms? I do Vendu. If you want to learn more about Vendu, I have a link up in my profile where you can check it out. You can see the pricing and all that. You can also do a free trial using that link. And if you do the free trial and you like it, you can get 25% off your first month with that link there too. I've been using Vendu for 20 months now. Approaching 2 years, and I'm a big fan. Appreciate all those gifts. Jeez. All right, that was aggressive. That was aggressive. Appreciate y'all. What are good suit and blazers to buy? There's a lot of them. Bigger sizes generally do better. You got to learn your brands too, and then the patterns. You're looking for usually like patterns like plaid and check tend to sell for no money. Appreciate that. Did I catch it? I don't know if I caught it or not. So yeah, bigger sizes. Also looking for things like silk, linen. Those tend to do better. But just like in shirts, you're looking, the more unique stuff sells. So here we are, the money rack. I'm feeling it. I think there's gonna be something in here. There we go. I don't know what that model is. Estrato by Trabaldo Togna 1840. Woven in Italy exclusively for Brooks Brothers. Nice blue pattern on it. Looks like maybe, what do we got here? USA 38R. Gosh, that's such a small size. I don't like those smaller sizes. But that's a really nice looking jacket. So the price on that, $6.99. It's a small size, so I might sit on it for a little while. Brooks Brothers. That'll sell for between like $35 and $45 plus shipping. So there's one right off the bat. Brooks is okay. Bigger sizes do better. I'm selective on Brooks Brothers, and this pattern is nice, but I think this model probably has some cachet to it too. Gosh, if I could get that out there. Estrato. I don't recognize that, but I'm guessing if there's probably some cachet to that. Is it cashmere? Did you see that? Sorry about that. This is a Fitzgerald fit here. Did it say cashmere? It's 100% wool. Yeah, cashmere is another good one to look for. I thought you were pointing out that was cashmere, but you are right. Cashmere is a great one to look for. Camel hair is another material worth looking for too. That looks like Brooks Brothers too. It is, same thing. Estrato, whatever that thing is. This one's black, so I don't like it as much as that last one. This is the Fitzgerald fit. It's probably that same size, 38 is my guess, which is not a great size. 38. Solid black, it's modern. See that thin lapel on it? 100% wool, I'm gonna pick that up. 35 to 40. What about dog hair? Everything dog is good in my book. Everything dog. Appreciate the follow, Pam. And appreciate the follow, Brittany. If you're just joining for the first time, I also do a live weekdays at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, back in the shop, in the office, and then we're shipping out orders, talking about dollars and cents, walking through the process of shipping, what shipping materials I use, how much it costs to ship, all that kind of stuff. Great time to ask questions. Thanks for the follow. Ball game. What size is good? I like 48 and bigger, even 46 and bigger in some cases. Size is just part of the formula. You're thinking about like, what is the brand? what is the model, what is the material, what is the size, what is the pattern. So there's no absolutes. You're thinking about all those things. It's like big formula. Just comes with some time. I've been reselling blazers now and suits for a little over 2 years. I got started in January 2021 is when I first decided, you know what, I'm going to learn about this stuff because I see it at thrift stores all the time. Nobody's shopping for this stuff. So here's a Banks. I'm going to pass on it because it's very plain. It's probably it's a smaller size, right? So that's part of the formula. Joseph A. Banks, mediocre brand. It's a small size. It's not a good size, and it's a very plain, solid. So I'm going to pass on it. Same thing here, mediocre brand, better pattern, a little bit better size at 43. Still going to pass on it. This is a $25 to $29 jacket plus shipping. So would be a good price for a shirt, but a blazer is going to take me a little bit more time to lift because I'm going to have to do more measurements. I'm going to have to do more photos. Takes a few extra seconds to ship it too. There's also a hole right there. Any experience on alpaca material items? I feel like I've probably sold like an alpaca blazer before, but I mean, if you have a question about it, chatting with the neighbors. Cool. Thank you, Cleo, for the follow. Jessica, appreciate the follow. Amanda Rowland, appreciate the follow. Welcome aboard. You'll get a notification when I go live tomorrow morning, shipping out orders. I already got one sale out the door today, a nice one, $37 LL Bean. So if you want to see how I ship that out tomorrow, you can. Hopefully some more sales roll in too. Actually, did I see another sale roll in? Yeah, I think it's only one so far. So this is a pretty plain Brooks Brothers. It's got some flaws though. Let's pass on that. Flaws can really tank the resale value, particularly of suits and blazers. It's one thing if it's like a fishing shirt. People maybe won't care, or if it's a flannel shirt, but if you're wearing like a suit or a jacket, like a blazer, you probably at a nice event, you don't want to have like a hole in it or something. So flaws tend to be more harmful to this, to this formal wear stuff. Found Joe Namath Sports Court for 99 cents. I decided I would try it. Travis, not probably the best item to pick up, the Joe Namath, but for $1, you probably won't lose money. Joe Namath, Broadway Joe. My granddaughter has been wanting the Lululemon. We found 2 shirts, perfect condition, legit loaded. My dad has been wanting the Lululemon. That's awesome. So I'm guessing you found a Lululemon and she wants it. I think that's what you're saying. I might have missed something. Jason Hayes is in the house. Jason, we're going through some blazers. Picked up a couple of Brooks Brothers right off the bat. They're smaller size, but they seem like they were nice. A lot of Joseph A. Banks in here. Apartment 9, we're not going to pick that up. Okay, but again, a really short. They don't have a lot of suits and blazers at this place. Should have a conversation with them. Tell them that peak is coming. We want more suits and blazers. We'll buy them. Jason, oh, look at this. No good. Glad I found it now. I'm excited because I found it now. I'm not excited that it's flawed, but I'm excited that I found it now. Broken button. See if this one has a broken button too. They're donated by the same person. Nope, good buttons. This is a good place to check for wear, is right on the ends of the sleeves, make sure the buttons are there too. So Jason, I never found this before. Estrato, made in Italy, Brooks Brothers. I've never seen that particular model. It's a small size, it's a 38R. I would typically pass on it, but I feel like it's a nice pattern. And I feel like there might be some cachet to that one particular, to that model. Ooh, what do you think? Some Eddie Bauer corduroys with some damage to them. Never mind. Columbia hiking pants. Jason, how's your day going, brother? I know you were out thrifting. Do you have some stats on your haul from today? Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think there was any full suits, which is really common at the thrift stores locally here. I would say 95% are just jacket only. I'm sure they were donated as suits, but just in the process of their sorting process, I feel like the suits kind of get separated. So the pants are somewhere else in the store or something like that. So I'd say 95% are just jackets and 5% are suits. I'm more of a skimmer of the pants style. I'm looking for corduroy, I'm looking for wool, I'm looking for hiking pants. I'm looking for jeans, I'm looking for like new with tag stuff hanging out. Oh, you know what's funny? We were just talking about how things get separated, like the suits. We found a blazer earlier that was, I wonder if this goes to it. Yep. We found a blazer, seersucker Joseph A. Banks. I bet you this is the pants that went with it. So that's another like pro tip. Oh, never mind. I made that up. These are chaps. But we found a blazer that was just like this. It's funny, it's stained too. Oh man, I gotta put this down so I can rehang this up. I thought we found the matching pants. But that's a pro tip. If you find like a really money blazer, you might be able to find the matching pants in the pants section. Especially if it's like a real standout sort of pattern like that, it might be easier to find. That might be hard to do in like a more of a plain item. They might have used it as a matching set. Yeah, you never know. You never know. I mean, it looked like the same kind of stain, to be honest with you, too. Do you ever try to get stains out? Yeah, but I'm not going to do that on like a suit or a blazer. I'm going to have to take it to a dry cleaner. This looks like an Eddie Bauer First Ascent. It is. Look at that. Eddie Bauer First Ascent. I could just tell by the feel of it in this pocket here. Oh, and you can see that A from First Ascent right there. I have a couple of these in my store right now. Oh, these are kind of worn. Yeah, they got a bunch of stains and stuff. Got to pass on them. I do pick those up in good condition. That's like $25 plus shipping. It's like $34 all in for a buyer. If that was my size, I'd pick it up too, actually. What is it size? 32 by 30. That used to be my size. I can't quite fit into that anymore. In a perfect world, that would be my size. Some Levi's, 512, 32 by 30. I might go ahead and pick these up. This is a small size. It's only gonna cost me $5. 3230 is small, so we're looking for bigger sizes in jeans. But I do like picking up like the gray or the black. They tend to sell a little bit faster for me. Even if they had like a little bit of heel drag, I'd still pick these up. These don't. They got a nice fading to them. The crotch isn't blown out. All the belt loops are there. They're not ripped. The button's there, the zipper's intact. We're gonna get those. Those will probably sell for low 20s plus shipping. Just kind of bread and butter. Not getting rich off those, but you sell 20 pair of Levi's jeans a month and that starts to pay some bills. Where do you sell them? eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Depop, and Grailed. 5 different platforms. Down below in the chat, if you are a reseller, why don't you go ahead in the chat down below and let us know if you're a reseller. Put a thumbs up down below if you go to thrift stores or garage sales or estate sales and sell stuff online. If you identify as a reseller, put a thumbs up down below. That way you can just kind of know, like, do we have other resellers in the house? Is everybody new? So this is probably donated by the same person. 502, 3230, same size. Condition's good. I don't really like picking up these smaller sizes, but I need inventory right now. And last year I still had good jean sales right up through March, and it sort of slowed down like in the middle of April. It kind of tailed off. Then it got really slow for jeans in May. So we still got a few months. Just starting out. We got a lot of thumbs up in the chat. Love to see that. If you're just starting, that's great too. Or if you're curious, reselling curious, as we say, that's really cool too. So here we are, we're in a Goodwill. It's not one of the bigger Goodwills, but I guess around here it's one of the bigger ones, but it's pretty stocked with inventory. They're pretty well staffed, so they're stocking up like constantly. And there's good foot traffic in here, which for me are things that you're really looking for in a good thrift store. You're looking for staffing, like a lot of staff, like constantly restocking stuff, and you're looking for people in here buying stuff, because that means there's going to be space on the racks for fresh stuff. Sales are also a good thing for thrift stores too, because that means they're going to get rid of old inventory. This place doesn't do sales, unfortunately. So all those jeans, $4.99. And all these jeans and pants, $4.99 too. How often do you hit each Goodwill? I'm kind of part-time right now, so I don't really have like a rhythm and routine. I haven't been to this store in probably 2 months. This one's a little bit of a drive for me, and it's not so much that it's far, but I have to drive like into the downtown, and then traffic coming out of town is a nightmare. I don't like doing it. I've had some pretty good days at the store before. Today's shaping up to be pretty good too. And it's a lot of fun because y'all are hanging out too. Thank you for the follow, Inez and Terry. Thank you for everyone who's following for the first time. Kind of a little bit of a, kind of repeating myself here, but if you're joining for the first time, I also do a live every weekday morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, back in the office, shipping out orders. So you can see the kind of behind the scenes, what's happening. I'll occasionally do lives too, where I'm actually photoing and measuring items and kind of showing you that process. So I'll just like do random lives here just to give you a glimpse into what's happening in the office, so you can kind of learn some tips and tricks for your business. Oh, hold on, gotta fix this. It's tough working with one hand. We're back. What are some things that y'all look for when you're in the pants section specifically? Like what are brands or styles or patterns that you look for? Got a lot of resellers in this conversation. I watch resellers instead of TV. I mean, the thrill of the hunt is really fun. What are these? Like baseball pants from Adidas, huh? Phenom. I don't know. Is there any value to stuff like this? Oh, they're really stained. Never mind. I'm good on that. Is there any value to like a pair of like baseball pants from Adidas? Do people pay money for those? Those were golf. I thought they were baseball. Yeah, these are baseball pants. Those aren't golf pants. Those are baseball pants. Look for true. Oh, that's what you said you were looking for. Got it. You look for golf pants. Good thing to look for. I'm with you now. Carhartt's another good one to look for. True Religion. I just sold a pair of True Religions this past week. They shipped out Monday morning. The eBay, the buyer actually sent me a message this morning to thank me. And just like all of you, probably you get a message from a buyer a couple days after you ship something. You're like, uh-oh, what's this message about? But they were just thanking me. They didn't leave positive feedback, but they thanked me. Just leave the positive feedback and don't startle me with a message. They seemed like they were really nice. They said their grandson was happy with their True Religions, but what do we got here? Wilson Walker, anything there? Does that have any value to it? Never heard of that brand in my life. Some Banana Republic corduroys, small size, button fly, 32 by 32. Yeah, they're kind of in rough shape. Not gonna even bother with those. Hey, look what we found. Yep, that nervous feeling. Jabot jeans, yes. I haven't sold any Jabots in a while. Miss Me Page Hydraulics. So here's a great brand to look for. I can't tell if these are all stained. Yeah, they're all stained. Damn, this is a great